Hey guys! So we wanted to share with you some of the downsides of van life that we wish we knew before we started living in the van.
Yeah, so van life has been very glamorized in social media, but we wanted to show you guys some of the realities of van life and some of the stuff that we didn't anticipate and we wish we knew before going into this lifestyle. So before we moved into our van, we knew that it was a chance that we could be involved in an accident, but we never anticipated of how that process would be like. And recently we had to get our bullet hole fixed and a dent on the side of our van. So we just want to let you guys know that it's not as easy as taking it into a shop to get it in. You have to find a shop that can handle the size of the vehicle, the high clearance. So we ended up having to find an RV or a truck place. And it took a lot longer than we thought, so we're thankful that we came back to do these repairs and not be on the road. Otherwise, we might have been stuck in another living situation that we might have to pay for like a month or so. However, we got it fixed now, and as you can see, it looks brand new, like nothing happened to it.
So another downside of living in the van is how dirty it gets so quickly. So we end up having to clean quite frequently because we're in such a small space, just tracking stuff in and out. So, we wash dishes like every single day, 3 times a day, have to sweep and mop quite frequently, like every couple days, and then just cleaning every day, tidying up. So it ends up being a lot of cleaning, and including the outside, depending on where we're driving. Sometimes it will get really dusty, and since we have a white van, it gets pretty dirty. So just to give you a realistic expectation of what it's like to live in a van, really it's not like always clean or organized like you see in Instagram photos. In reality, it's like, okay, we have our recycling we need to take out, like you can see how dirty the floor is, really needs to be cleaned. We need to empty the trash, our dishes are all out. And yeah, stuff back here, like John has some clothes out. We have our work stuff out. Not very clean. So another downside to van life that we weren't really expecting has to do with grocery shopping. So we didn't really know how often we were gonna have to go grocery shopping. Since we have a smaller fridge, we do have to go a little bit more frequently than we were used to. But we're able to go about 10 days or so with the food that we can fit in our fridge. The challenge with that though is getting it all to fit in our fridge and inside our van. So it's really hard to get the food to fit. It's hard to get it to last through those full 10 days. And then another part is just how expensive it is. Like some places we've been to, it's been really expensive. Other places it's been cheaper. So we wish we knew that ahead of time so we could have stocked up in the places where it costs less money.
So we knew we really wanted to have a shower in our van, but one of the things we didn't anticipate about having a shower is how fast you'll go through water, since taking showers takes a lot more of your water than doing dishes or anything else. So we end up having to fill up every 3 or so days, and with that it comes dumping. Obviously, if you go through water, we catch it in a gray water tank, and we end up doing that also every 3 days. So it kind of works out that we do those at the same time. So it's annoying how frequently we have to fill up and dump water. So if you're thinking about adding a shower in your van, I strongly recommend it still, but just consider how much water it'll take and how often you'll have to dump. So besides dumping our 20-gallon gray water tank, we also have to dump our urinal compartment from our composting toilet, and we have to do that a lot more frequently than we anticipated. So we end up doing that every 2 to 3 days. But a good part about dumping this is that we could do it at a public restroom. We don't have to go to a dump station per se, and if we're in BLM land, then we can dump out there.
So another downside of van life that we didn't really think about ahead of time has to do with laundry. So of course we knew we were gonna have to go to laundromats. But one of the things that we didn't think about before moving into the van was where we were going to store our laundry. So we actually ended up using this space behind our benches. And I mean, it works, but it's just not the most convenient place to have it. And it's also tricky to like transport the laundry to the laundromat. So we ended up just using like some reusable shopping bags, which works, but it just wasn't something that we really thought through ahead of time that we wish we did. And then another issue with doing laundry that we weren't expecting is how expensive it is. Since we end up having to do quite a few loads, it can actually add up to about $20 or more per week. And we try to go as long as we can without having to do laundry until we run out of clothes, basically. So it's about a week to 10 days before we really need to go. And at that point, you know, the van starts to smell because of our laundry, and we're just running out of clothes, so we need to go.
So another thing we didn't anticipate about living in our van is how hard it is to do repairs while you're on the road. And obviously we brought some tools with us, but it's just impossible to have every tool that you'll need. So some of those repairs we had to wait when we got back. For example, we have a water leak issue by the passenger side of the van, and obviously I brought some silicone to anticipate some of this, but I wasn't able to fix it with that, so we had to wait until we got home. And there's other repairs throughout the van that we also had to wait because we didn't have the exact material that we needed on the road. So these are the downsides of living in a van that we want to share with you guys today, and we wish that we would have known before moving into the van.
Yeah, so we are excited to hit the road again soon now that our van is fixed, and we are going to be heading over to Utah. So if you have any recommendations on places that we should go, make sure to comment them below. So be sure to subscribe to our channel, and if you would like to support us even more, you can support us through Patreon. We will be releasing monthly Patreon videos. Our first one is released now. It's all about JJ. So our videos on Patreon will be a little bit more personal than what you see on YouTube. So if you're interested in seeing those, you can check out the link below. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.